Welcome to the Self Reality Podcast, the show where we like to talk all things reality TV, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm your host, Angie, and today we are here to talk Survivor Season 48, and we are now on episode 10. Welcome, everybody, and welcome to my very special guest, my brother, awesome podcaster, Handsome Nick Hanlon.
Hello. How's it going,
going?
everybody in the reality world? Yeah.
Welcome to competition show reality shows. Before we dive in, please go on and watch, like, share, subscribe this podcast, but also go over to Nick's two podcasts, one of which is called Kayfabe Wrestling Talk, where Nick and his very good friend, sometimes Matthew Barnaby, talk about all things wrestling.
Counterpart.
His counterpart, of course. And if you love drinking, go on and check out Nick's podcast, Dirty Glass Podcast, Booze Reviews for the Unrefined. Give him a like, give him a share, give him a subscribe.
Bang, bang.
All right. So with all that being said, that's all the sort of administrative funness. Let's get right into this episode, shall we? I'm going to give you a face for how I feel about this episode.
Didn't like it?
No.
David got voted out.
No, I know, but I didnn't forget. I was just giving. I was trying something. Didn't work.
Forgot
but anyway,
it.
So David got voted out. If I could show you my sheet of paper, it literally says David voted out. Deserved.
Why didn't you like this episode? Too boring?
Boring. It's just pure. It's just okay. Well, let's start from the start though. I'm getting to the end, but I found it. I mean, there's going to be a few spots in here that were kind of interest, and maybe you have a different opinion, which I would love to hear, of course. I find it boring. I don't like the writing that seems to be on the wall for the rest of the season. We've talked about this like innumerable times. Like, I like strategy, drama, underdogs, people making moves.
Everybody's actually sticking to their alliances.
Yeah, it's boring. But it's kind of defeating. Like you could have had a 4-4 split.
So you like the last episode better because that was a surprise.
Yes,
David awesome. Gone.
Yeah, you and I didn't even talk about it. David getting voted out. Very excited. I cheered. That was a pretty good episode.
Turning into a serial killer. Dear Lord.
Well, let's get into it because he does. Of course, he's part of the jury, and oh my God, like his like shark eyes at the end of this. Like I'm like he's like a American Psycho, or like he's crack a smile, dude. It's a game.
Yeah, chill it, man. It's too much.
It's a little intense. So, okay, everybody, sorry. Neurodivergence.
That'll be brought up.
So Mary's shocked, right? So it kind of ties into what we're about to talk about. So Mary's shocked, and then essentially Eva goes and talks to her. I'm thinking to do damage control. This is what I'm thinking. Here's my problem. So Eva basically goes over and says, you're basically not part of our alliance. We don't necessarily want to vote you out right away, but we're going to get rid of you and like the argument is we can get rid of you anytime. That's what she says to her. I have feelings. I have not good feelings about that. I don't think that's a good move. It's too early for jury management.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. Like, I know it's honesty, but like it's a lot of mental gymnastics these guys are doing, to be honest. And it's just anyway, how do you feel about it? Sorry, I was mad immediately. Or frustrated.
I thought it was weird. It was weird. I saw it, I was like, that was weird. Why would you say it? Why would you say anything?
You could just say nothing.
Just be like, hey, we're not going to vote you out next. That's probably good enough. You need to say all the stuff. I know Eva's got the autism, so maybe she doesn't understand, but
yeah. Joe should be like mentoring her and helping. Like, she's smart and a lot of like she's a smart girl, and then this is, I think, maybe where the honesty and the sort of black and white thinking comes into play, maybe, right? Like I guess she thinks if she's brutally honest because she wants people to be brutally honest with her or just honest, maybe she thinks that's going to be better jury management. Do you think?
Yeah, I don't think she's even thinking it like that. I think she's getting cocky.
No, she did say she's trying to manage jury. She did actually say that. So I think jury management is a smart move at this point, but not if you can't do it with a slight more finesse. Like, because to me, that was
heartless.
Came off mean.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, Mary's pretty heartless too, and just unfortunately, she backed the wrong person again. Like she just is not having any luck.
Bad human judgment.
Yeah, like that's her Achilles heel. I mean, I think she's a very good strategist. I think she's very good at making friends, but she's like choosing the wrong folks to align with. Because David went crazy, but we'll talk about Mary because she comes up again when like Joe talks to her a little later. I like that you said the word arrogance because that's what Eva see. Like it seems arrogant. It's at minimum overconfident. Like there is literally they are not even considering the other people as a foursome that may have to reckon with.
I mean, that's just probably how she just talks to everybody all the time.
Yeah, you're right. It could be, but it came off harsh. It came off
really bad.
I was like, oh my God.
I would assume she doesn't know how to do it any other way, maybe, but I don't know.
But just don't do it.
She's like Sheldon on Survivor.
Well, yeah, just telling the honest truth that
Meet,
she
moot,
sees
meet,
it in every
vote you out, meet, moot, meet, very soon.
I think it's just honest. It's just direct, honest, and all of it. Like, because that's the other nuance. Like, you didn't have to say all of it. You could have been directly. She could have just said, you know what? Like, you're on the docket to be voted out. You know, and you know, like, just do your best. Try to win immunity. Like that at the end, right? So then they kind of tease us with Mary, Star, Mitch, and Camilla, right? With this, maybe there's going to be a foursome. Maybe and I'm like, yeah. I actually wrote. I started off excited. I wrote, finally, let's go. I have that written down. And well, let's get into it. We're at camp. And yes, okay, I didn't hate the whole episode. At the beginning, when I thought these four were going to kind of come together.
Because it seemed like Star wanted to do a revolution.
Yeah. And I was like, yes, do it. There's four of you.
Mitch don't like you, Star.
I know. She put his name down, but guys, you know, and I like Mitch a lot, but you got to let it go. I mean, she's just trying to survive. It's the name of the game. Because she's also chaotic. To be fair to Mitch, she is chaotic.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
She's not really like, she's making connections, but she's not really aligning with any group, and she's not really being consistent with what she's doing. And I mean, listen, Star's annoyed just by Mitch's snoring. But can we talk about, like, I don't care? Is that the most drama we have? Is Star being annoyed with Mitch's snoring? Yeah. That we're doing?
That actually has to be on camera. There's so little drama they had to put that as a scene.
And they did like a multiple like little song things, like Jeff rallying the troops. I know I'm jumping ahead again, but I'm like, what is happening that you are filming hours and hours and hours, and this is what we get? So, right?
That's true. Everybody's happy, I guess.
Well, you're right. They're sticking with their alliance, and then but I guess what they're doing well is they're making, say, Mitch feel like he's part of it. Mitch feels like he's part of it.
Yeah, which is a mistake. Huge mistake.
Do you not see them? I mean, and maybe it's just that
somebody gave him a sandwich.
It's ridiculous. So not really much, right? They kind of talk about the four of them forming a revolution. So my hopes get up, but not for long. They're decimated quite quickly. Then we're in.
It is hard to take Star like seriously.
Well, I know. Well, because she's never really been part of an alliance. She's not been consistent. She's just she is all over the place. I know. But if you look at the writing on the wall, there's clearly a clear four-person alliance in my mind. But again, we don't have all the information. So, challenge. Did you write down the challenge?
We still got
Camilla, yes.
Her and Kyle still got something weird going on.
Well, so they're still working together. Good point. So she basically pulls Kyle aside to say, hey, we're looking at voting out Joe. And then Kyle, because he had that big talk with him about his like history and stuff, doesn't want to vote Joe. But I do respect the fact that Kyle is trying to give them a shot. You know what I mean? He's trying to give them a chance. I mean, listen, I would love to see Kyle and Camilla make it to the end. So those are the two I'm voting for. With this strong four alliance, here's what I'll say. I've never seen it go this long with such just blatant arrogance and absolute self-confidence without something shifting.
Joe's fault.
Yeah.
Joe's fault.
Well, he is the leader.
Bringing in the happy honesty play doesn't make for interesting TV, Joe.
Yeah, like, Joe, I like you. I'd hang out with you. I'd love to have a beer with you. But there's nothing for us to watch because I don't like the trajectory that this is going down. They're really going to have to kick some butt next season. So challenge, it's a reward challenge. It was, they had their hands and feet tied. So they basically did like a mini worm with a buoy like
Oh,
out of their
yeah.
mouth, and then they had to like once they got through it, had to untie ropes and then toss like hoops or whatever. And Kyle wins. I guess interesting. He chooses Eva, Camilla, and Shaheen, and he does say it's intentional, which I do think he's quite strategic. So that makes sense to me. He chooses them so that he's not just leaving like the sort of ones that could form the revolution alone. And I think it was good that he kind of had a reason. He even kind of said why he was choosing Camilla. She's hungry and had low days and whatever. Like they still, what I don't like is they've not figured out Kyle and Camilla yet. And I mean, we're deep into the game at this point. I guess it speaks to them, but could it also be an offshoot of sort of the overconfidence?
No, but David's going to be so like, aha, when he finds out they're working together.
Oh yeah,
He'll
I
be
was
so
right.
happy.
You guys are wrong.
I can't
I
wait.
don't like him. I get very frustrated with overconfidence, to be honest. That actually, I find that like, I don't like to say triggering, but I find it aggravating. I find it annoying because it's just, but you know what makes me more annoyed is it's working because no one's doing anything and they're letting it happen. And they're just handing the $1 million over. So anyway, we get to the reward. Then
Waffles. Everybody's happy.
What were they eating? Oh yeah, waffles, chicken and waffles, and then excuse me. So Eva, not concerned. She's just enjoying herself, which is great. But she's like, I'm not concerned about votes at all. And this is just I just find it so bothersome. You should be worried. You should always be worried. Because if this is the trajectory this game is going, all lovey-dovey, like I'm not in for it, man. I'm not in for it. This cannot be the trajectory.
Is next week the last episode?
No, there's still like 7 people.
It's so long.
Ready for it to be over. I know. Well, because I told you it's boring. So Kyle kind of tells us, like in the side interview, why he chose them, yada yada. You go back to camp, sad. Mitch is sad. Joe's sad. He has a moment. Mitch, I will say, Joe has a little crack where he's worried. Why did Kyle not pick me?
Yeah.
But then he's quickly, he's doing it for the team. Blah blah blah.
He pulled himself together.
I know, like a jury. Sorry, I'm just checking my notes here. Oh, and Joe has a talk with Mary. Okay, let's talk about this.
I agree with his assessment. I think Mary was manipulating David the whole time. Yeah.
Okay, so I completely agree with his assessment. What I don't agree with is telling her.
Yeah, I don't know why he told her.
Why? Maybe this is
jury management. I don't understand jury management, I guess.
So jury management. To me, it actually, and someone makes a good point, which is upsetting to me because it means it's just going to be a boring rest of the season, is that I think Mitch might have made this point. I can't remember who. Put it in the comments, people. So basically, you want the votes. So on many seasons, it depends on the crew.
Well, I know you're trying to make them want to vote for you. Like, I understand what it is. I just don't understand. Are they doing it right? That's more like. So doesn't seem like they know how to do it. Maybe is my point.
So
because when I see them doing it, I'm like, is that jury management? You're being an asshole. Yes, please.
Let's get into the head of Joe and Eva, because from a gaming perspective, from a Survivor perspective, I would argue you and I do not fall in line at all with their gameplay. Is that an accurate statement? So let's say, for example, we're playing and like, I vote out your best I blindside your best guy, right? And you're like, what the hell? I thought, you know what I mean? What the hell? I didn't see that coming. In no way, shape, or form would I ever come over to you to manage you as a jury member and say, I think you manipulated. I think you were right behind all of it. I think you're next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would say, you know what? You guys were close. It was really too tight. I really like you, though, and I'd like to work with you going forward. That to me is jury management. And then once whoever makes it to jury says, haha, like, and I would respect the gameplay. Like if it was reversed, I would respect the gameplay of someone kind of doing that good talk, like doing that good discussion, building those connections, making you feel safe. So you're not flipping out and trying to come up with some cockeyed plan. So, but here's the problem. Jury management depends on who the jury is. Jury management depends on the season and the cast. And this cast has been so against playing, like strategizing. To me, I guess it's a strategy to build an alliance and stick with it. That's a strategy. And to call being honest to just your tribe, I guess that's also a strategy.
It's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring.
It's boring. And I think the only interesting part maybe is going to be when they have to turn on each other.
Well, it's gonna happen, but it's gonna be like the last episode.
So we got to sit through how many more episodes like this? So do you know what I mean then by jury management? So I think Mitch
It's probably
said,
only 3 more max.
I hope so, because I can't take it. Mitch said something like he wants to make a move, right? So he's trying to decide whether to make a move, but he's like, I don't know if making a big move against the people who he thinks he's in an alliance with, by the way, is a good move here to lie and stab someone in the back, right? Because they're honest.
Yeah, this jury, yeah.
So this is going to be like
boring.
So whereas I think if I was Mary, because I'd be more aligned with her, I wouldn't be voting. My question to the jury, if it is that strong alliance, strong whatever, I'd be like, what did you do? Like, what lies did you tell? And be honest, because everyone has to lie. What lies did you tell with it? Like, I'd want to know, like, what plays did you make? What got you here aside from just being 4 strong? Like, why do you deserve it then over any of the others? How am I supposed to make this decision?
Yeah, there's like no resumes this year.
But this was the opportunity for Kyle to join in with the revolution.
And Heath or Mitch or whatever his name is. Heath or Mitch.
No, well, Mitch. It's Mitch. Well, no, Mitch doesn't seem to realize he's nowhere part of that alliance.
Yeah, he doesn't. He got a sandwich from somebody, so he thinks he's there forever.
Yeah, and because everyone likes him. He is a really amiable guy. Like, he's a really, but, you know, this is Survivor.
He ain't no David.
God. So then we have the immunity challenge. It's one of those rope balance wobbly table things, right?
Spelling too.
Spelling backwards.
Spelling backwards. Balance. Wobbly rope. Scary.
Well, can I just say, and I don't know if you remember because you probably watched this like a few days ago and I just watched it. Jeff was trying to make it more interesting, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Jeff was really going into it and doing a lot of narration. And I was like, wow, Jeff has watched the footage that's coming out for this episode. I think even for the reward challenge, he had them all like chant a song and everything. Like, how is all of this making it in the cut? You know, Joe wins. I'm disappointed
because camera work, eh? See the crazy camera work, like the really slow cameras where you see like
the flies.
Flies landed on him and stuff. That was something.
I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen that camera before. It's like a high shutter speed camera. Yeah, but you see like perfect detail. Like, yeah.
But I feel like, and maybe I'm just negatory on this whole episode. I feel like they're doing it just to add content.
100% to make it kind of interesting. I mean, it did help
slightly. So Joe wins. I think the only
way the best editors in the game.
They're good.
Yeah, Joe won it.
Listen, Joe wins. So then we're back at camp. You know, Mitch.
Star's not good at rapping. Let's just put that out there.
I think some of it was good, but again, what's with all the songs?
There's a lot of songs.
They're doing like Shaheen and they're doing Star, that like doing songs.
If I wanted songs, I would have watched Les Mis or blah.
Les Mis. So, you know, Mitch basically, so as soon as we get back, Mitch is like, I don't trust Mary, I don't trust Star. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So it's Mary or Star. Wah, wah, right? And I really don't think there was much to it, which is why we got kind of her rapping and we got just sort of.
The most interesting part of the whole the whole thing was David. He would come out like Lex Luger, just death staring everybody.
Yeah, so I have almost
pure intensity in his head. It was insane.
I have very few notes for the tribal, right? Because it's just like, at this point, I don't care much even who goes home. Because I feel like whoever goes home this week, the other one will go home next week unless they get immunity. You know, Jeff, again, good on him. Jeff's trying, but there's nothing. Yeah, you're right. The most interesting part is like Mr. Death Stare, Lex Luthor is right.
He was not.
I'm going to try and do his face. I was like.
I was trying to be straight, but you could see his jaw muscles going.
No blinking.
Did not like it.
So in the end, Stars voted out 5-3. I didn't see who the 3, like, I'm surprised. I guess maybe they split the votes just in case of what's it called? Oh my God. Shot in the Dark, because Star still has it. So just to finalize, like, how do you feel about them voting out Star? I don't know that I don't think that was a good move.
I mean, I would have voted Mary out because she's smarter and
She's smarter and she does better at
actually
challenges.
can kind of manipulate stuff. But I just think they're so arrogant that there's no way Mary can get past it, even though there's still idols out there and there's still advantages out there. So they're dumb.
And Joe might not win the next challenge, or Eva. Like, you never know. Like, Mary could pull it through.
Totally.
And
that was totally dumb.
So I think Mary would have been the smarter choice. But anyway, it wasn't great. Like, it wasn't a great episode for me. Like, I think
it's like a 3 or something.
Yeah, like give it like a 3.
Yeah, 3, 4
out of 10.
It's 10.
just because people might think 5 because it's so low. Like, this is one of the lowest scores I'm ever giving, because it's just, and maybe it's just because maybe I'm the problem. I don't know, but I was talking to someone else who watches Survivor today and asked their opinion, and they don't like it either. They've been watching Survivor from the start too. It's like, I don't like it.
Does the next episode clips look juicy?
I didn't even not enough that I remember it. Not enough that I even remember. So hear my voice. I'm disappointed. I love Survivor, and if to make friends, I'd love honest, integral people with integrity. But the whole thing is, and I just hate overconfidence.
Yeah.
I hate in life, and I hate, I like confidence is great. Arrogance, when it crosses the line, no bueno. Hey Brucey. Brucey doesn't like it either. His hair tells you that.
He's not happy, disheveled.
So Nick and I both agree, not a good episode. Maybe next week someone will do something. Maybe Kyle will try and build a resume. But again, my concern is that the jury is going to be these folks who call it honest. So what do you do?
Yeah, that's when we got to start watching one of those shows that's designed to be sneaky, like the Raiders.
Traitors. That was, yeah.
Because it's designed to be sneaky. It's just a little complicated.
It is complicated. It took me a few episodes to even understand what the hell was going on.
Yeah, it was tough.
Okay, so I think that's all I have.
Yeah, Bruce.
What do you have? Anything else, Nick?
Like and subscribe. Oh yeah, it was boring, but you can have some boring ones, but there's just more this season than any other season for sure. It's probably one of the worst seasons ever.
It's pretty brutal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, most episodes are a pass because I still like the show, but I mean, I don't know. I think there's better episodes in other seasons for sure.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well,
at least they don't cry every episode now, right?
True, because but I'm gonna be honest. I would rather the crying than the happiness.
The happiness is annoying. It's like they're kumbaya.
The whole time, it shouldn't be this way. Once you hit merge, it should not be this way. Remember, we were like, wait till the merge, then we all have to get real, and they haven't. And I mean, good on them. They're sticking to it, but boo for us.
Yeah, boo for their ratings. They'll be changing the next season, I bet.
They have to.
Season 49 and then season 50.
All right. So everybody, thank you for watching. Tell us what you think. Maybe we're in the minority and we just like too much evilness on Survivor.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. Go check out Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. Go check out the Dirty Glass Podcast
bang, bang.
For all your drinking and wrestling needs. And while you're at it, hit that like, hit that subscribe, give us some comments. Thank you for watching. We will definitely still watch. We're going to watch it till the end. And we'll see you next time.
I ain't giving up. Bye.
Bye.